Sia.
Hello.
Hello. How's the day so far?
Good. How is yours?
Oh, mine was awesome.
Awesome.
Wonderful, Abby. So, Abby, this February you released your video 99 degrees Celsius. So, can you tell me a
Yes.
bit about this song and the making of the video?
So I wrote 99 degrees Celsius through the heat of COVID. So I think a lot of people struggled with mental health and anxiety, depression. And so I wrote 99 degrees Celsius kind of as an escape from that.
Mhm.
I kind of refer to it as like my boiling point. My anxiety is like when I flip that switch and I explode. And so water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. So 99 degrees Celsius is kind of on that little breaking point.
Sounds good. Sounds good. And we will be doing a tour starting this 28th of this month. So, how is it
Yes.
working out for you, and what are the upcoming plans to the touring side?
So I love touring. I love touring so much. And it's really exciting because the 28th, this is our first show of this leg. We're headlining the Orange County Fair in New York. And last year we played at the Orange County Fair, but we were just the opener. We opened for the Iron Maidens. But this year we're invited back to headline, which is really cool. So yeah, we're getting the van ready right now. We're heading out today. We'll play in New York. We're going down to South Carolina, Georgia. We'll pretty much be all over the country for the rest of the year, which is really exciting.
Sounds great. And you've been releasing a lot of singles lately. And do you have any plans to come up with a full-length album?
Yes, our full-length album will be out hopefully by the end of the year. We are already working on it. We have 2 songs done. So as soon as we can get everything recorded and finished, we will have our debut album out.
Wonderful. And your band is complete with Diego and Zach. So can you tell me how it all started as a band and how do you guys got together as a band?
Yeah. So I started playing music when I was 12 or 13 after my dad took me to see Kiss. And, I was in my middle school bands, my high school bands, but nobody really was taking it seriously. They were just doing it as a hobby, but I wanted to do it as a full-time career. So then I started the Abby K bands, and I found Diego, my guitarist, on Instagram. I found Zach, my drummer, on Instagram. So that's kind of the benefit of living in this generation. You have social media to use to meet people. So that's kind of how my band came together.
Sounds good. And any plans to bring more members into the band?
We are considering it. We do love being a trio. The 3 of us get along really well. But sometimes it would be nice to have a second guitarist or have another person that can do backup vocals. So we'll probably consider adding a 4th member. But right now, at least for the rest of the year, we're good with just a trio.
And you played along with Nita Strauss of Alice Cooper lately. And can you tell me the experience playing along with her? How was the touring?
That was so amazing. Nita Strauss has always been a huge role model of mine. And so to be able to tour with her and not only see her on stage, but to see her off the stage, and she was just a genuinely good person. We saw her handle very stressful situations that nobody else really has to see. And like just the way that she handled it with such like grace and professionalism, like I aspire to be like that someday. It was a really great learning experience for all of us.
Sounds good. And any plans to come up with another single or video that you're currently working on?
As of right now, no. I do think on our debut album, we may get some guest vocalists or guest guitarists. We're considering asking Nita Strauss. We'll have to see where our songs end up and how much time we have left. But I think it would be really cool to get some people involved on our album. Like I mentioned, I have connections with the Iron Maidens, getting some of those girls involved. And I love, I'm really big on girl power and girls in rock music. So if I can get Nita Strauss and some of the girls in the Iron Maidens involved. Like, I just think that's awesome.
And how, as a band, do you look into the future?
Ooh, I think we're just gonna keep chucking away at this. I mean, we're just starting out. Like, we've done this for a few years now, but in the big picture, we're just at the beginning. We just got a van and we're just driving, playing shows as often as we can. It's definitely not glamorous, but the more that we do this, maybe one day it will be. So we're just gonna keep doing what we're doing and see what happens. We all three work really hard. We're hoping next year to go international somewhere. But I mean, we're all of our own, like, managers, booking agents. We all do that, or I do that for the band. So I mean, really, just whatever happens, happens.
And would you like to share some of the greatest moments that has happened to you over the years?
The greatest thing, honestly, the tour with Nita Strauss was really amazing. But even so, I met Nita Strauss because I opened one show for her when I was 15, and she actually came on stage and played The Trooper with me. That was the most life-changing moment because she didn't know who I was. I, of course, knew who she was, but I was just this little girl that was like, hey, can Nita Strauss play on stage with me? She did not have to give me the time of day, but that just goes back to Nita Strauss is an amazing person. And she got on stage and played The Trooper with me, and that kind of started our connection. And then I ended up touring with her.
Sounds great. And any dream country that you want to go and play out for the fans?
I would love to tour in Brazil. I've heard so much about Brazil and rock music, and I don't know. I just think it would be an experience that I can't get anywhere else. Just those huge crowds of rock and roll fans. I've heard so much about it, and I would love to experience that.
Sounds great. And musically speaking, do you want to change your musical genre in the future, or are you going to be sticking to the same category?
So I think I started releasing music when I was 16 years old. Now I'm 19. So in those 3 years, I think my music has changed a lot. It started out more little girl pop songs. But I mean, I wrote those songs when I was 14 and 15. So it makes sense. But now my music has definitely gotten heavier. And I don't want to necessarily restrict myself to one genre because if there's more potential for me somewhere else, I think just the more that I do this, the more that I will find that and be able to do that.
Sounds great. And maybe finally, any message that you want to give to your fans from the world?
If anyone tells you that you can't do something, you do it anyways and you prove them wrong.
Awesome. And AB, I want to thank you so much for giving me today this opportunity to have this great interview with you. A real pleasure to meet you. And thank you so much for the great music that you have been giving to us, the metal fraternity. Thank you so much for that. And you have a great day ahead.
Thank you so much.
Take care, AB. Bye.
You too. Bye.